Well, I'm here with Matt Kaulig, Executive Chairman of Kaulig Companies Limited, a diversified holding company that includes, among other things, Kaulig Racing, Kaulig Capital, and Leaf Home Solutions, which most people know as Leaf Filter. So Matt, thanks for joining us today at the Dealmakers Conference.
Dustin, great to be here, and I'm excited to talk about deal making in business.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Matt. So how should entrepreneurs like yourself be refocusing their efforts, their time, attention, and their priorities as they've been reacting to this COVID crisis, but yet still try to attract capital investment?
Man, I think it's week to week, it's day to day, week to week. And entrepreneurs just kind of doing what they do. It's like you get back to, I can only talk for myself and people that I'm around and do business with, and you just try to do the things that you do best, and for us, it's marketing and selling and just trying to adapt to whatever the situation is. Like, for example, I have a company called Leaf Filter, and we do gutter protection, and we are a direct to consumer home products business. And so we go visit homes. And we've just had to adapt to, wearing masks or even doing demonstrations and talking to people like outside. Literally sitting out on their porch or out in their yard or not going into home. So, I think everybody's really had to rethink everything they do, these days just to adapt. But which is no different than a regular if you really think about it, it's no different than a regular business environment where you have to adapt to the changing environment, whether it be just even a down economy or tech companies just exploding or the big bubble just bursting and or real estate going up or down. You just have to adapt to what's going on. So, but definitely people have to think different. And I think we're all thinking different right now. You're in your house, I'm in my house. And that's just a different situation right in itself.
You've also now involved yourself with private equity and venture investments, a media company, Kaulig Giving, which sponsors the Cleveland Indians, among other things, and that racing team, Kaulig Racing. How important is diversification, and how can something like that benefit entrepreneurs who want to continue to grow outside their core business?
Dustin, that's a really great question. And actually a really interesting topic, actually, about diversification. We're all taught as investors, as like that you should diversify. You shouldn't just do one thing. You should do a bunch of different things just in case one thing goes bad and then you can do another. But man, I've always been about, or the train of thought of just do what you do best. For what, 13 years did just Leaf Filter. So I have a gutter protection, as you know, Dustin, I have a gutter protection company. It's called Leaf Filter. We do gutter screens. That's it. We don't do other remodeling product. We don't do anything else. I just focused on being great at one thing. And, we've become the largest direct-to-consumer business in the history of the country. We'll do $1.1 billion in Leaf Filter in one product, this year. So now, having said that, I do think that you should diversify. So even what you just said about, like, I have I have a NASCAR team, Kaulig Racing. I have a media company. We are very big into philanthropy. We have, Leaf Home Solutions, which has Leaf Filter and a agent in place, business, and we are diversifying. But I'm only diversifying in things that I know and I'm good at. So I would say my advice for people, to be honest with you, would be don't just diversify just for the sake of diversifying because somebody said to diversify, but do things right. But do things that you're good at. And if you're really good at one thing and something, then go all in on that thing.
Is it also now a good time to look inward and identify opportunities to innovate or reimagine yourself and your company?
Yeah. I could speak for all of our businesses actually that have had to just kind of convert to the be at home thing. And it allows you, actually, everybody in the company to have more time to do more stuff. It's such a changing environment that it just changes daily and changes weekly. But now's a really good time to sit back, do like product innovation. Like we have a whole product development department, I should say, that's been working their butts off and that has been able to just focus on doing that over the last 4 months, which looks like it's going to be over the next 4 or 5, 6 months, however long this whole pandemic lasts. But yeah, I think it's really given people a chance to really focus in on innovation. It's given people time literally to sit back. They're not traveling. You're not having to do meetings. I mean, most meetings are Zoom and, that stuff. So Dustin, yeah, I think it's given people time to just look inward, look at their company, look at the financials, and really study what's going on. And so that's actually been a positive of what's going on during this time.
We're all stuck at home right now. I can tell you personally, I've been doing internal home improvement projects myself, and other people I know are doing external ones. Has that impacted the company in a positive way that's leading towards that $1 billion that you're looking to do this year?
Yeah, I mean, and so, man, I would say different businesses have been affected differently, right, during this whole thing. I mean, if you're in the restaurant business, if you're in the bar, if you're in the retail business, I mean, those obviously have been affected in a very negative way for obvious reasons. But yeah, we've been blessed, and I'll use that term, like we've just been blessed that we've been able to be in the home improvement sector, in the direct-to-consumer sector. People are at home. They are looking to improve, whether it's painting, whether it's just, fixing up the exterior, whether it's landscaping. But we've been affected in a very positive way, only from a marketing standpoint too. I mean, one of our biggest marketing channels was event marketing. So again, we're in the home improvement sector where we go to home show. We do home shows, we do boat shows, we do flea markets, and wherever people gather, you've seen our displays. I mean, we're in 87 locations in the US and Canada. So also a couple of our marketing channels are digital. So we're really good, and really we have a big digital marketing company, and we do TV. So I just happen to do a bunch of TV commercials. And so at this time, over the last several months, people are watching television and on the internet. And so those are our marketing channels. And then they're at their homes, and we've been able to go to their homes. And we've been fortunate enough to be an outside company as well, where we're doing gutter protection and we're able to be outside the home as opposed to inside. But like I was mentioning before, it does affect our business in coming to the home and people feeling, feeling safe and, inviting, I don't like strangers into their home, but, it's actually been okay. And it's been a good situation for our company.
Have you taken a different approach, Matt, to deal making now versus when you were starting out years ago? I mean, what lessons have you learned from building the company that you're employing now with like your investment side of things?
It's been so, I've been doing deals. So even acquisition or doing deals with Kaulig Capital for about 4 years. And so that's an interesting question because we take a different approach. I really do things. I really have become a people person and like believe in the person, like the person leading the business. I mean, you can look at financials all day long, and we all know that stuff, it just changes. I think most people look at deals and companies from a financial standpoint, and they don't actually look at as much, and they don't take as much weight in the person and the people running the company. I mean, so I guess what I'm saying, or how I would answer that question, is I bet more on people than I do on financials. I actually just invest in things that I know about. So if I was only going to invest in things that I know, that if you were going to say, hey, what do you invest in? I would invest all day long in people that I know or things that I know about. So I don't think that's any different than like Warren Buffett.
So Matt, as you look towards the end of 2020 and into 2021, are there sectors you're looking at for investments or things that you're looking at for what's next for your companies?
We have a business called Leaf Home Safety Solutions, which is an aging in place business. I mean, I feel, the whole baby boomer thing from a decade ago is still a real thing. I mean, the senior products business is an agent in place. And when I say agent in place, I mean like staying away, keeping your parents or your grandparents away from the nursing homes or going to a senior care facility and actually be able to stay in your home. So we have a business that's got, we sell walk-in bathtubs. We do tub to shower conversions, really working in the wet space to keep, people safe, doing wheelchair ramps and stair lifts, taking people from the first floor to the second floor safely. And we're really looking to grow that business. That's a really growing, industry. It's not only a good business opportunity, but it keeps people safe, and it's really doing really great things for people. But, the other thing I want to say is the restaurant business. I mean, as weird as that sounds right now, they say up to 75% of restaurants are going to fail. It might not be great right now, but it's going to come back. And whoever can win that game and maybe do it in a different way is going to really benefit from from people wanting to get back out of their houses and back into restaurants. So so I'm going to say there's opportunity there. Really, and honestly, I mean, you were asking, but commercial investment, commercial real estate, real estate development, commercial real estate. We're really big into that. We have been for several years. We're big into it now. And I think that's a really good, safe, maybe not exciting, fun, but like really safe, good opportunity and investment. And so we continue to do that.